While I wait for some people to get in here, people to catch the rewatch. Huh? Oh yeah, Happy New Year's Eve, by the way. Not so happy for me. I got post-traumatic stress disorder and all that popping and banging. I don't like that. But hey, if you do like it, praise the Lord that you ain't messed up like me. So there's that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people sleeping in today because they plan on getting rowdy tonight. But before I get to the point of this video, I just want to put like a public safety announcement, alright? Look here. I ride a motorcycle, okay? That's my only transportation for me. And tonight, try to stay off the roads. There's going to be so many drunk people driving that it's really going to be treacherous on those roads. So, for me, you know, I don't like all that popping and banging with my PTSD, and I'm not getting on them roads. There's too many people drinking today. It's just going to be dangerous, so I'm not doing it. Alright, let me get to the topic now that I've put out this public warning. Is you really need to stay off the roads this evening because there's going to be a lot of people drinking, and it's just going to be dangerous. Like I said, I ride that motorcycle. That's dangerous enough. That's my only transportation. My wife got her own car, but that's her car. I don't drive that thing. So, really. And if you have to get on the roads, look in your rear view mirrors. You're going to get rear-ended. You're going to get... It's just dangerous, man. There's a lot of wrecks. A lot of people are going to wake up today thinking, all right, we're going to have a good time. We're going to party. I don't reckon there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but just be careful. And moderation, by the way. If you go to drinking, which I don't drink, on this channel it's truth, logic, and common sense. So I tell the truth. I don't drink because I'm not a nice guy when I drink. Apparently, I'm just not man enough to handle my alcohol, okay? So, hey, I don't sleep because of my PTSD. I feel you, me neither. And when I do sleep, I have night terrors. It's brutal, brother. I will pray for you because it's bad. I got it really bad. So, and I'm not saying I got it any worse than you. You probably got it worse than I do. I mean, mine's so bad, I have to live in a little 8x10 shed so I can control my environment. Because my mom and dad just recently passed. They got a big old trailer over there. I can't live in that trailer, man. I don't feel like I can protect it. And, you know, the repo people are going to be coming up anytime, you know, and pull it away. But I just can't do it. So, but, you know, I'm content. So, let's get down to the point. Get comfortable. Oh, I pray for you, brother. Thank you so much. I sleep in a shed because I need a small place. Me too. Me too. I got to be able to control my environment. You know, that's why I'm head of security where I work, because I work my way up very quickly because I got to be in control or I just don't feel safe. Literally, the only time I can be around a crowd of people is if I'm the boss. I'm in control. And when I'm at that club, you are in my house. Because I'm head of security. Everybody there, the good guys, the bad guys, everybody there is my responsibility to keep them safe. And that's a pretty serious responsibility, by the way, especially in my industry. I'm head of security at a strip club. And man, it's rough. I lost both of my parents. Just me now. No, me too, but thank God I got my wife and I got the God. You're not alone, brother. You got God. You got Jesus. Can you fight? Just check out the channel. Just check out the channel. I got more belts than I could hold. I fight MMA. I'm Golden Gloves in boxing. I kickbox. I do jujitsu. I'm down with whatever anybody wants to do as far as a controlled environment. And really, I have to because I work as a bouncer. And if I don't stay tuned up, these young bucks will beat me to death. So I have to, I gotta train just to stay on my game, man. Because I'm not so young, I'm not a young guy anymore. So I gotta train like 4 times as hard as these young guys to keep up with them. It doesn't matter where he can fighting, not everyone. Yeah, I only like to fight in a controlled environment, such as a cage or a ring. Just a sparring. Or it is a fight. I mean, I fight, winner, yay, but it's nothing personal. Nothing personal. And even when I'm working as a bouncer, because ever since the coup came out and the lockdown, people has lost their minds. Used to I had to fight once, twice a week. And that was it. Now, it's every night. I'm seriously considering just, look, I've had enough of this. Because I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been working in the security industry one way or another my whole life. It's literally all I know. Well, that and homesteading and, and then anything to do with combat. That's literally all I know. And I have a lot to teach. On this channel, I normally teach. But there's something also, before I get to the point. If y'all could, hit the like button and please subscribe. I'll tell you why I need you to subscribe. My channel is under attack by other channels because my channel's growing. And theirs are not. And they're jealous of me. And I'm like, I've even talked to them like, how are you going to be jealous of me, man? I live in an 8x10 shed. I'm so broke I ain't got 2 pennies rubbed together. So how are you going to be jealous of me, man? It's ridiculous. It's just their demons coming out, I believe it is. Because, they do worship false gods. They admit it. Remember though, there's someone always bigger, better, and stronger. Absolutely there is. Look, I don't win them all. No. Matter of fact, if you want to be entertained, go to my very first video on this channel. And it shows me thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you want to be entertained, go to my very first video, especially the guy that says, remember, there's always somebody stronger, bigger, better, That's true. Because my very first video on here is me in the MMA cage getting the snot beat out of me by a giant. And there's no shame in my game. I will only post fights I lose because I got signature moves I use, and my coach will not let me post a fight that I win. And if I go against what he says, I will be in big trouble. And I have multiple coaches. I got my MMA coach. I got my boxing coach, which she's a 2-time heavyweight world champion, by the way. I got my kickboxing coach. And my MMA coach is my jiu-jitsu coach. And then our sensei is from Brazil, true Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But yeah, there's always somebody bigger and better and meaner, and that's true. Well, I don't know about meaner, but I can get really mean if I have to be. But I hate it when people make me get mean. I hate it. I'm a nice guy, man. I'm cool. I like to chill. I do have anger issues. I ain't gonna lie about that. I don't lie about nothing on here. So again, if y'all could please subscribe to the channel. The channel is under attack. And I have lost subscribers because of a group of little channels. And they talk the talk, but they don't even talk the talk. All they do is sit there and chain smoke and talk stupid crap. And they said they'd fight me, but I don't see them. And I've even said I will pay for your way to get here and pay for your motel room. But they won't do it. So, but I'm not a tough guy, you know. Just a guy trying to make a living, man. John Jones would make you look like nothing. You dang right. He'd beat the snot out of me, bud. Look, I know my limitations. That dude would train wreck me straight up. Like I said, I tell the truth on here. John Jones, man, I wouldn't mess with that dude. If he came in the club where I bounce at, I'd be like, on the radio, yo, man, first thing I do is go over there and introduce myself and watch his body language and all, because I suspect that, like most, not all, now there's some MMA fighters that are real asses, okay, but most of them, we got nothing to prove. We prove it in the cage, man. We don't want to catch no charges. Good God, I got enough aggravated battery charges. I don't need no more of that. So, all right. Oh, the roaming prepper. This bay is evil. Hey, roaming prepper, drop the link to your channel in here, man. I really want people that's on this channel to check your channel out, man. You got an awesome channel. Oh, you're at the gym? My old injuries keep coming back, so I gotta keep working. Same here, brother. Same here. And you know, man, I've been down for over 20 days, but that wild edibles that Little Miss Prepper been making, and this fire cider, it works. I feel, yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, OTWP. Another good channel, by the way. And it's working. I tried NyQuil, Tylenol, all that. Nothing was working. And I knew in my heart, you know, I did a lot of praying. I thought I was going to die, man. I really did. I did a lot of praying. I don't care. I'm a Christian. I love God. I love Jesus. And if you don't like that, sorry about that. But I'm a Christian. The channel is under attack by a bunch of evil heathens. So please subscribe to the channel, because, you know, if someone is your enemy, but they're not physically going to harm you, just don't acknowledge them and just outwork them. Really. That's why I have, you know, a few subscribers, is because I work. And I know Pete, the roaming prepper, can tell you that YouTube is a job, man, if you're on as much as me and him are. Thank you for that, OTWP. Smash that like, smash that thumbs up. And y'all check out his channel too, by the way. Y'all check out OTWP's channel. It's a good channel. He's a good person. I like him. All right, yeah, there you go. There you go, right there. Y'all check his channel out, man, because I get kind of loud and rowdy, and it's all according to what mood I'm in on here is what you get. So a lot of times on here, it's like a totally different. You're welcome, OTWP. Hey, man, how long could you stand with John Jones? I don't know. It's all according to how long I could run. It's all according to I don't want that dude breaking his leg on my head, all right? So it's how long, yeah, dude said, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, but he said, hey, man, how long could you stand with John Jones? As long as I could run. That's how long I could stand with him. Now, I can't take a beating, though. That's part of it, is being able to take a beating. And I can take a beating and keep coming. The roaming prepper said, I do think you and, I can't say his name because Moose Man, we got I'm not a betting man, but we got to bet. And he's like, you're going to lose $2 if you say his name. So I'm not doing that. Moose Man is a mentor to me. I look up to him, and he's really keeping me on track. So I do think you and at least had a respectful discussion, even though you disagree. That was a good thing. We did. Although I was popping a lot of smoke. Because I told him before we went live, look, man, I can't talk about what I did, bro. You know, there's some jobs where you sign papers where you can't talk about it. So when he had me on his channel, I was popping a lot of. There was some truths in there, I did say though, but a lot of it was popping smoke, or they would come get me, man. It is what it is. Even though I don't do that kind of work anymore, but I do want to. But it really messed me up. Gave me post-traumatic stress disorder, hurt me physically. But I don't know, something must be wrong with me. I enjoy that kind of work. I really do. But, you know, maybe one of them situations, I was a younger man then. Maybe now I'd be put in that situation. I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm not even going to go into it, but it wasn't too long ago I did do that, and that's what happened because I did not agree with what was going on, so I left. You know, and those they tried to keep my passport, you know, yeah. So if you go over there and you think you're going to they're going to keep your passport and you ain't going to be able to leave, man. Don't do it. Even in your prime, could you beat John Jones? Maybe with a 2x4. I get it. If you're PMC, you shouldn't talk details. Exactly. And I told him that a million times, but he just would not listen. But I didn't say his name, Moose Man. Also, did you see those disgusting comments that he was putting up there? Look, I don't care what people say about me. I'm thick-skinned. I work as a bouncer. You know, I've heard everything. But the stuff he was saying about my wife, and, you know, and he was posting them comments up there, that was not cool. Not cool at all. So I do want to fight him. Just a bare knuckle brawl, you know. Because it was MMA, it would just be bad for him. And I will just open hand fight him. Because this really won't be a fair fight. Because I am a professional fighter. But, you know, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. You know, it's timing. And I could just be having a bad day. And he could get in that one good shot and drop me like a sack of potatoes. This happened before. I think APP and John Jones are in a different weight class. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are a different weight class. But, like I said, you want to be entertained. Hey, the Romy Prepper, have you seen that video? My very first video on the channel. And now, you got to be patient because my wife, it was my new wife, which I've been with for 20 years now, but it was because she wouldn't go to my fight. She's like, I don't want to see that. You know. Finally, I talked her into it. I talked her into going to the one fight where I got the crap beat out of me. And y'all should do a charity boxing match, classic rules. Yes! Yes! That is a good idea, Roman Prepper. Maybe you could bring that up to him. And I will not train wreck him. Look, I'm really a good guy, man. And I'm a Christian. So I will not be out. He can be out to hurt me. I'm cool with that. You know, people try to hurt me all the time. I'm still here. No big deal. And I have been injured a lot. A lot of cuts. Little Miss Prepper's gotten really good at sewing me up. You know, because I've been cut at work. I've had every bone in my face broken. Okay, brother, I gotta run. I'm gonna fall off the treadmill. Okay, brother. Okay. Yeah, but maybe you should bring that up to him. Just do a charity, for like homeless children or homeless veterans. That would be good. That would be great, by the way. And like I said, my coach will pay for everything for him to come down here for his motel room. My coach will pay for everything. And it will be fair. I mean, the ref don't, he always brings in refs that are neutral, that don't even know the fighters. So, it's not that I'm going to have any advantage that way. So that would be great. That would be great. A good charity boxing match to do a good thing, raise that money for people. But Happy New Year's Eve to you too. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I thought I was going to die. I was so sick. Oh my Lord. But that medicine, no, I'm not a doctor. It's not medical advice. That stuff, the little Miss Prepper was making me, not medicine. I tried every man-made medicine. Nothing was working. I was like, that's it. I'm going to the plants. And the plants, well, made me feel better. And also, there's some fire cider in here is made from a lot of good plants. And my neighbor nurse made it for me, and this stuff is helping too, helping me feel better. Thank you, Shannon Lee. Thank you. You're glad I'm feeling better. Would you box Dan? Heck no. That dude would knock my head clean off. And that's my president. So, matter of fact, if somebody was to come at him, it's my job, which he can handle his own business. I assure you of that. Nevertheless, y'all got Biden, y'all got Trump. Well, that's my president, and it's my job to protect him. And really, he would beat the brakes off of me, straight up. I would not stand a chance. He would walk right through me. That dude is the real deal. So, no, Barney Rubble. I would, And I love and respect that man. And I really don't like to fight people I love and respect. And I really don't like to fight people that would literally beat my brains out. And he would. That man is, even though he's got some years on him, he is not to be messed with. Let's just put it like that. I'm the president of Central Florida chapter. He is the founding father of the whole club. So the way it works in the biker world, if you got a big club, we got like 1,400 members, a little more than that, really, but where you're at, like I'm the president of this chapter here. My brother is the president of the chapter in Missouri. Dan is a founding father of the club, so he is president over me, my brother, all of us. That's the way that works. So maybe you learned something. So that's the way that works, Barney Rebel. Dad, good to see you again. Good. I'm glad you're here. Please come home, Mom, and I miss you. No, I don't think my ex-wife misses me at all. But, well, actually, I'm sure she does, really. But sometimes things just don't work out. I'm not going to talk bad about her. I got a good one now, too. I got a good one. A real good one. Good wife. Happy wife, happy life. All right. So let's get to the point. Look here. It's fixing to be a new year. And if you really just turn off that mainstream propaganda and really open your eyes and look what's going on, but all right, we got wars everywhere. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's drones, all this stuff. Just a lot of all these illegals coming in. But let's even just forget about all that. Truth. Praise is true. Amen. That praise is true. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen to that, Shannon Lee. So, just forget about the wars and everything that's going on and just the cost of things. Just the cost of living. Look, down here in Florida, we got so many people leaving those blue states coming here that the price of a house has doubled. The price of renting an apartment has like quadrupled. I mean, literally an apartment down here in a bad neighborhood and a raggedy apartment is $2,500 a month. Just for a raggedy, run-down apartment. A decent place. Oh, wow. And, you know, the people moving here, they can afford that. But us Floridians, okay? Us Floridians, a lot of us can't afford this stuff, man. I know people that are having to move out of Florida because they can't afford to live here anymore. I found a video of you with a funny statement on it. You're going to find a lot of videos like that about me. We now have over 23 million in Florida and growing. We are full. Yes. It went from what, 13 million to 23 million? And I don't like that. And I'll tell you why. You can only put so many straws in a glass. And also, I am a hunter. I enjoy hunting. I hunt for food. I'm not a thrill killer. None of that. You know, actually, I feel a little sad when I got to take that. It'll be a big old buck, you know, where my friends are like, man. My friends get jealous. I got a video on here, some bucks I shot. With a bow. Didn't even use a gun. With a bow. And there's some big ones. But I felt bad, you know. I was like, oh, man. You know, it's sad to kill such a beautiful creature. But I hunt for food. 25 in chat. Y'all double tap your screen to like the live. Thank you for that. Yeah. What Shannon Lee said. If you could, hit the like button. It's free. And if you could, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. And I said please. So, you know, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I mean, because just the cost. Let's not even talk about the wars and the world's literally burning. Lots of countries that you don't know about have financially collapsed already. And I believe we are headed for a serious financial collapse. Just look at the price of everything is going up. And, you know, that shrinkflation is real. You know, a lot of things are putting less in it and charging more. So just the cost of living for, you know, I mean, if you're rich, you know, there's a lot of people just doing okay in this economy, but there's a lot of people that's not. You know, I don't feel so alone anymore, which really saddens me because I can live this way. It's really no big deal for me. But some people, man, it's hard on them. But I see a lot of people now living in these sheds. I see a lot of people living in campers, RVs, you know, whatever because they cannot afford this rent or to buy a house. I mean, I'm literally seeing it everywhere down here. And they try to hide it and all, where it looks like it's just a camper in their yard. But no, they got family living in there, man, because the family can't. That's really, if it gets to where you cannot afford to live, I really hope you got good family or good friends that you can get along with. And just, if y'all live together, well, then y'all split everything. That literally just cut your living bills in half, all besides your groceries. And if you learn how to forage, fish, hunt, snare, trap, or just grow a garden. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you too, sir. I can't pronounce your name. Okay. Skate Kid 1232001. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. And again, like I said, the channel is under attack. Please subscribe to the channel. Because I'm not going to acknowledge those guys. I would love to do a charity fight, though, with one of them. And any of them. But mainly one particular that started this whole mess. But because that's what my bike club, we do a lot of charity, man. So that would be good. I would represent the club. Represent America, represent God, because we are a Christian bike club, and that would be a real good thing. So, Romy Prepper, that's cool. Interesting how we are no longer hearing about the drones. Yeah. Well, do I like Trump? Well, I'd rather have him than who's in there. Let's put it like that. I'd rather have Trump in there than who's in there now. No. I just hope he would just shut his mouth and do what he says he's going to do, really. I've heard enough talk from him about what he's going to do. Just do it, man. You going to drain the swamp? Drain the swamp. Hillary Clinton still is not in prison. So I got trust issues with anyone up there. Straight up. But if I had to choose, I would choose Trump. It is what it is. Amen. Amen. Glory be to God. Praise the Lord. I hope things work out. This country we are in real trouble. We got a lot of bad guys that don't belong here. That literally come here illegally, invited. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. This current administration, I believe they just sold America out. I really do. Just look what's going on. You're not going to see it on the mainstream propaganda, which is called mainstream media, but just look what's going on, man. Like, I'm not a racist. We're all humans. We're all human beings. I don't care what color you are. I don't care. If you've been in combat like I have, you don't care what color the person is next to you. As long as he's doing his job, you love that man. So, but, being as I said that, man, they have brought a lot of Haitians in this town near me. And not talking bad about them, it's just the way they are, They're mean. Don't mess with them people. They're mean, man. I'm not saying they're all mean, but everyone I've dealt with was mean. And I believe it's just their culture, Like, some people say, oh, man, I can't believe, people eat cats and dogs. Well, they do. That's their culture. But there is a disease that some dogs carry. If you eat them, you will go blind. So, there's that. Alright, but get comfortable being uncomfortable by. For a regular American. There's people out there got good jobs that got their house at the right time when it was a decent price and got a good interest on their loan, and they're doing all right. But there's a lot of us out here that are not doing all right. I am one of those people, by the way. I'm not, I'm financially struggling. It is what it is. They're eating their cats. They're eating their dogs. Yes, they are, Shannon Lee. They are. It's part of their culture. It's what they do. They've been doing it for 100 years or more. Probably since the beginning of their time. But that's just what they do. To them, a cat, a dog's no different than a cow. To them. So, and honestly, I hate taking a life, but that's part of being human. If you're not a vegetarian, you are literally, you have to take a life to eat that meat. And I suspect if everyone had to delete the animal that they're going to eat, we would have more vegetarians. We would. That nice cut of meat. I gotta turn this off. My solar's running low. That cut of meat wrapped nicely in that package. Well, that once was an animal, okay, that was living and breathing and eating, and hopefully it wasn't in a cage, okay, because that's another story. I don't like caging anything. And there's a reason why I'm that way. Nothing belongs in a cage. But hey, if you got a bird or whatever, you do you. I don't judge nobody. Someone put here, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. Maurenn. Hey, Art Wildman Survival. Good to have you here. Y'all check his channel out too, by the way. See, YouTube's not a competition to me, man. When I see a good channel and somebody comes on my channel and all, I'm like, hey, y'all check his channel out, man. And he does got a good channel. And one thing me and him got in common, man, we love them knives. And he does some great, that one knife show you did, that was awesome. And by the way, that black tactical knife, that was my favorite. I like that knife. I got a few of them around here myself. Not like that. I can't afford that kind of money on no knife, so I don't go with the cheap knife, cry it and buy it just once. So when you do buy something, you're better off buying the good one. So, I got a couple of good knives. It's just they don't cost that much. I could never kill an animal, but I respect hunters. Yeah, cool, man. That's cool. And also, most of the time, a hunter, well, me, I'm an ethical hunter. It's no, a lot of these animals, the way they raise them, that they sell at the grocery store in little cages their whole life, and man, that's cruel. And I'm not going to support that industry. I'm not going to do it. So I will hunt my own food. And only God knows what they do to that food. I don't trust it. I know what them deers and hogs, I know what, and these hogs has got to be dealt with. They're tearing up everything out here. So they got to be dealt with. Might as well eat them. But yeah, I understand that. I get it. Even me, when I kill a beautiful buck for food, I am a little bit, like, oh man, such a beautiful animal. But, without hunters, the deer would be overpopulated because, us as human beings has killed off most of the wolves, most of the things that hunt them. And there's not enough to go around, and they would starve. So the population has to be controlled, or there would be too many and they would starve. That's just facts. You can do your research on that. So literally, hunters, you know, put in a lot of money to preserve what little bit of land we have left. And down here in Florida, we're losing it by the day. Please, people, stop moving to Florida. There's too many people down here. And it's dangerous down here, by the way. And not only that, all you people moving down here, wait till summer gets here. It was just Christmas and everybody had their air conditioners on. It was so hot. Wait till summer gets here. That's heat. A lot of these people are moving down here. When then the summer gets here, they're going to move back up out here because they're not going to be able to handle the heat. Is the wild boar meat red? It's got a pink tone to it, But it's red. It's got blood. It's got red blood in it. But, once you drain all the blood out and everything, and do it right, it looks like that pork that you'd buy at the store. It's got that, how it's got that pink color to it once you bleed it. And you really need to bleed them wild hogs or they will have a funny taste to them. Some people actually like that taste. There's another great channel, Grumpy Acres, They sent Little Miss Prepper some lamb. She loves lamb. And so as soon as Little Miss Prepper says, okay, you're healthy enough to go hunting, I'm going to send him some wild hog because he likes wild hog. But my cousin were hunting. He got hit by one of those wild hogs. He got 380 something stitches, man. So you got to be on your game and you got to know what you're doing or them wild hogs will mess you up. He just didn't get out of the way in time. He was a big guy. And we were way out in the woods. So here's another thing. Carry a tourniquet and learn how to use it. If I didn't have my tourniquet, he would have bled to death before I carried it because I'm in good shape. Well, normally, right now, I'm not so good shape because I've been sick for over 20 days. I don't know what this new pandemic is going around, but it is savagely brutal. And, but I'm feeling better today. I'm getting there. I'm not 100% by no means, but I'm feeling better. By the grace of God and the plants that he grew, I never watered them, never fertilized them, never put pesticides on them, nothing. Little Miss Prepper just picks them, cooks them, and they just make me feel better. When Tylenol, all that other junk wasn't doing nothing. I literally was kind of toxic from taking that man-made medicine, so I had to go to a sauna and sweat it out to get all them toxins out of me because I could feel it. But when I eat these plants, I don't feel no toxins in me. I just feel better. Lamb chops I like. Yeah, my wife loves lamb. I mean, she loves that lamb. Oh, Art Wildman Survival said lamb chops he likes. I do too. And I'll tell you what, old Grumpy Acres, that's the best lamb. And I promise you, it's a true statement. That is the best lamb that me and my wife has ever eaten. I mean, there's actually no comparing any other lamb. I mean, I don't know what they're feeding them. I don't know what they're doing, but that was the best lamb I ever ate. So they know what they're doing. And on Monday nights in Florida time at 8 o'clock, and on Thursday nights at Florida time at 8 o'clock, usually Grumpy Acres' wife, because we have a Ladies Night Live, it's a Ladies Night only panel. Actually, you know what, Shannon Lee? I am inviting you, if you want to come on the Ladies Night Live panel, Ladies Night Live panel. My email is in the description. Just email me and she will send you the link and you can get on the panel. It's really cool. So you are invited to be there, Shannon Lee, if you would like to. All right, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this here. Just the cost of everything is getting unaffordable for regular people. And, well, I'm not a regular person, but even for me, all right, kind of crazy, you know. But it's just the price of everything. So when you're at the store and and you want steak or, something that's expensive, but you're like, man, if I buy groceries, I can't pay my light bill. Well, there's nothing wrong with eating rice and beans. It's literally going to come down to people are going to have to lower their standards of living. I'm seeing it because what happened was when everything started going up, I know people that they refuse to lower their standards of living. And I was like, look, you're telling me you can't afford your house payment, you can't afford this, you can't afford that. Well, you need to lower your standards of living. You may have to get uncomfortable to get by because they done maxed out all their credit cards. They done went through all their savings. They done cashed their 401k in. And they done sold everything, they could sell that they didn't really care about all that much. If they would have just lowered their standards of living, like find a less expensive place to live, or even be radical like me and just live like I do, which some people just can't do it. But so if you end up in that situation, before you max your credit cards out, before you get evicted, lower your standards of living. There's nothing, if you cook rice and beans long enough, you will figure out how to make them taste good. A couple of bouillon cubes in there, some bacon. Like, for instance, when you cook bacon, when I cook pork, because these wild hogs out here are fat, it's like someone's feeding them. They got some weight on. So I get that fat. Basically, it would be like bacon grease. And I render it down to grease. And that's what when I want to fry something, I fry it in that. It's free. And I personally think, it's just my opinion, not a doctor, not medical advice. I got to say that, YouTube. I think it's more healthier for you than this stuff you get at the store. Just do your research at what happens on seed oil when it ages. Some I gotta be careful how I say this, but some people with the authority to say this say that these French fries you're eating at these fast food places, they're so toxic because what they're cooked in it's like smoking 3 cigarettes. And people wonder why everyone in America is turning diabetic, having health problems. A lot of it is the food. It's the food. Now, of course, you may catch the flu or whatever the heck I had. It happens. In my line of work, I'm surrounded by people all the time right up on me. I work at a strip club as a bouncer, and I'm really getting tired of it. I'm just a glorified babysitter, really. And I'm getting tired of it. So I'm on a quest to find something else. I really don't know anything else, but I painted myself in a corner. That's really, security in one form or another. Maybe I'll just find another security job not doing that. But I hate doing security, where I got to deal with drama, man. This is my life. I try to keep it a drama-free zone. That's another reason why them guys got me so mad, causing all that drama, man. I'm like, dudes, man, you don't understand what I would do to you. You just best leave me alone. But since I've been sick, man, I lost my mom and all, man. I've been praying that God gives me the strength to be a good man. And He forgives me for all the bad stuff I've done. And yeah, because at the end, like I made a video last night, the man in the mirror, at the end, all you got is Jesus, God, and your word. That's all you got, really. All this stuff that you go and buy that makes you so happy, take my word for it. When it gets real, you're not going to care about none of that stuff. No, you're not. You may think you will, but you're not. Those are luxuries. Okay? Kind of like this here that I hunt hog with, I used to hunt with just a big old K-bar, but after I seen what happened to my cousin, I was like, whoa. And so now I use this to keep some distance. And dogs. So, yeah, there's that. So, get used to being uncomfortable. Go ahead and do it now. That way, when you have to be uncomfortable, you're already used to it. Maybe, like if you're down here in Florida, turn the air conditioner off. Get hot. Maybe the day may come where there is no electricity. You may not be able to afford it. Or they just may not be none. And if you have not climatized to down here, if the power goes down in the middle of summer and you're used to that air conditioner, you're not going to be happy. I'm telling you. Some people can't handle that heat, man. And like my mother, when she was alive, a couple years ago, hurricane comes through here. Oh, that's another thing. Moved on down here to Florida if you want to. Wait till you experience a couple good hurricanes. You might change your mind about that. Me, I'm the only person I know that is looking forward to the next hurricane so I could do another epic live in the bunker, which I bought a buy here, pay here shed. And I literally turned it into a bunker. Didn't cost much money. I tied it down really good to the ground so it wouldn't blow away. I poured a concrete foot around it. I laid concrete block around it. I turned it into a bunker. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I must be that way. But it tore these houses up, man. Tore my mama's roof off her trailer. Tore the place up. But this bunker here, not even a roof leak. So, and I did have my motorcycle helmet on. I ain't gonna lie, because, if this place was to blow apart, I don't want no 2x4 to run through my head. So, it only makes sense. It may sound crazy, because some of the things I say may sound crazy, but if you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. If there's a tornado coming your way, or a hurricane, and you don't have no tornado shelter, down here we don't got no hurricane shelters. Not really. I only know a couple people that do, and they don't got room for people. But the general population, there's no hurricane shelters here in Florida. I mean, sure, they'll open up a church or this or that, but that's not built to withstand a hurricane. Hey, Happy New Year to you too. King of... I had a heat stroke. I have pronunciation problems. King of Ugand. Uganda, I believe that says. But I got pronunciation problems. That heat stroke messed me up. But it is what it is, right? Hey, I'm just happy to be alive. So, my day will come. I thought it was going to be the last few days here, but you never know. The day ain't over yet. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. That way, if you end up in an uncomfortable situation, you're like, I'm cool with it. And if you turn your air conditioner off, like I have to do something, like I just did, because I ran it last night and I done pulled my batteries down. You know, I use all the lighting in here are these, but I done pulled my battery down so much. But the sun is shining, so it's recharging. So I'll turn it back on. Haha, always XB, best wishes from the UK. Awesome. So again, y'all please subscribe to the channel. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Learn how to lower your standards of living. Learn how to forage. I literally, I don't eat vegetables from the grocery store. There's too many pesticides on them for me to feel comfortable eating them. That's just me. Vegetables are supposed to be healthy, but, when it's grown on land that's been farmed for years, there's literally no nutrients in that land. That's why they have to use chemical fertilizer. So, even though that vegetable looks all good and beautiful, it's nutrient deficient. That's another reason why people gain a lot of weight, because their bodies are craving nutrients that they're just not getting. It's just not in this food anymore. But these plants that grow wild on their own, that God grows them, like there's one plant, if you go back and watch Little Miss Prepper picking, it's got 7 times the nutrition of it as spinach. And it grows everywhere down here. So, and it literally tastes like spinach or any greens. It tastes the same to me. And it's healthy. So learn how to forage. I got a whole playlist on how to forage. But make sure you know what you're doing. All plants are edible one time. You eat the wrong plant, it'll be your last time. Haha, always XB, best wishes from the UK. Cool. Happy New Year to you, King. Happy New Year to you, King. Alright, so usually I get on here, and I'll go for a couple hours or 5 hours. But I'm still recovering. I am on the road to recovery, I feel like. I'm feeling much better since I doubled up on my wild edibles, and I got that fire cider that's got turmeric and garlic and all kind of good stuff in there. I'm feeling much better. Happy New Year from Switzerland. Happy New Year to you too there. I'm just going to say Jack, okay? I have pronunciation problems, but Happy New Year to you too, Jack. I can't pronounce that. I apologize. I had a heat stroke, but Happy New Year to you too. And everyone, again, please subscribe to the channel. The channel's under attack, and maybe make that a New Year's resolution. Help people. I do that all the time, but help people out, man. Don't judge nobody. You don't know. When you see that person standing on the side of the road holding that sign, we'll work for food. Maybe even been drinking or whatever. You don't know their story. You don't know what happened to them, why they ended up there. Even if they're on drugs, you don't know. Maybe they have a mental illness, they're self-medicating. Maybe something really bad happened to them. A lot of those homeless people are veterans. So just try not to judge anyone. Where are you now? I'm at home. I live in an 8x10 shed. And, I'm blessed that I have a roof over my head and a door I can lock and somewhere relatively safe, because there's nowhere safe anymore, but as safe as I can be. I'm blessed. So that's the main thing I want to get to on this video, is just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Maybe turn your air conditioner off for a little while. Maybe turn your heater off for a little while. It's all according to what situation you're in. Maybe instead of eating that steak, eat them rice and beans. You will be surprised even with the cost of everything like crazy, a big rice and a big bag of rice and a big bag of beans, I can even afford that. So, yeah. And those beans you can literally plant and they will grow. Or if you like those, we call them things when you start the plants out.
Seedlings?
No, I mean, and eat them.
Oh, microgreens.
Yeah, microgreens, man. Get you some beans and germinate them and let them grow to sprouts, and you got you some nice fresh microgreens. It's really easy. And I'm sure there's a channel on YouTube that'll show you how to do it. Matter of fact, baby, let's grow some microgreens and show people how to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to make a video about that, showing how to grow microgreens. It's really easy. It's great for your food storage because the little seeds don't take up no room, not much room. And then you grow the microgreens. That's a good way to do it. So just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Lower your standards of living, because if you don't do it now, all probability in the future you're going to have to. So you might as well get good at it now. So with that, Happy New Year, everyone. Have a blessed day. Be careful on these roads. There's a lot of people going to be drinking and driving. Please be careful. And help old guy out and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. And with that, y'all have a safe, blessed, good New Year.